Here we go. Listen to this, family. 15. There is no venom above the venom of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. Listen to this. I would rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to dwell in the house with a wicked woman. Verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changes her appearance and darkens her face like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among the neighbors, and listening, he shall sigh bitterly. All the wickedness is but little to a wicked woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Let's keep going. This gets deep, family. As the climbing of a sandy way is to the feet of the aged. We studied this just as a small little snippet the other day. If you climbing and running on the beach or something in sand, it's not that easy. You're not going to be able to run at full speed. If you can hit 40-yard dash in a good time, you do that on some sand, you are not going to make the same time. You're going to be even slower. So is a wife full of words to a quiet man. So if you got a wife that's bickering, she's nonstop, just on him, but the man is quiet, he's chill. Yahuwah ain't feeling that. The woman's already wicked, she don't even know it. Verse 21, do not stumble at the loveliness of a woman, and do not desire her for pleasure. All right, the fellas talking about you. You focus on the bounce to bow wow. You focus on, yo, she fine. Yo, you focus on these things, you slipping. Guilty. Fellas, are you guilty? Verse 22, a woman supporting her husband is full of wrath, hardness, and much reproach. A wicked woman causes courage to cease, causes a heavy face and a wounded heart. Let's unpack this piece right here. A wicked woman causes courage to cease. Let's start there for a minute. Fellas, can I give you some advice through experience? Do not allow any lady to take your courage. And that can come in many different ways. And this is scripture. A woman that may make you feel where you can't really speak because maybe when you try to share your emotions and concerns, she overlooks it, or maybe she talks over your emotions and you can't seem to ever talk about it in a serious level. You might turn around and say, well, when you said this, it made me feel this way. She hears you, but then she goes, yeah, but that's on you though, because you did X, Y, Z. She didn't hear you. She didn't listen to your emotions. She dismissed them. It didn't count. Ladies, if you're guilty of that, can you put guilty in the comments if you're willing to do that? I'm curious. If you're guilty of that, let me tell you what you're doing. You're literally taking the man's courage from him. You're making him afraid to come to you with anything of importance to him. You're silencing him. Scripture just told you that. The question is, are you willing to listen to it, or are you going to go on your own accord and you'll keep doing that to that man? Because if so, then you're fitting the wickedness of a woman. And if that's the case, then let's go up a couple of verses back to 19. It says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. So if you took that and you brushed it off, you sitting in 19 right now. Let's keep going. 23 continues on. It says it causes a heavy face. So now the man's feeling some type of way. He's feeling sad. He's feeling down. He doesn't know what to do. He's feeling cornered. He's feeling boxed in with no way out and a wounded heart. Now what you're doing is you're not realizing it. You're taking him out the relationship. That man may be present, but what you did was you took his soul out of wanting to be in it. When you do that, ladies, you got to at least listen to him and not make it all about you. That's scripture. That's the book. Let's keep going. A woman that does not comfort her husband in distress. So if this man is stressed out, us men, like on the real, we got a whole world to deal with outside the home. In scripture and in this book, you're going to find out, he's going to tell you the man's job is husbandry. And husbandry is supposed to get out there, go get it done, and you hold that house down and you make sure your family is taken care of. So while he's doing that, he's got issues at his job, or maybe family, maybe something else. There's so many different angles you could put there. But then when he go home, you're not even giving him comfort. What you're doing is you giving him more of that stress. He can't even sit comfortably with his own woman, his own wife, his own spouse. Why? Because you ain't making him comfortable to do that. What you did was, a wicked woman causes courage to cease. That man is already having issues and non-peace outside the home. And when he comes home, you giving him more non-peace. He's feeling alone. Let's keep going. Causes weak hands and feeble knees. So when you do that, what you did was you took his man card. You turned him into a beast, a female dog. You did that to him. Ladies, if you're guilty, if you can own it. This study's supposed to be inwardly, right? We're not looking outwardly. Let's keep going. Watch this last piece and then we'll get back to the audio. Verse 24. Listen up. For the woman came the beginning of sin, the beginning of crimes, the beginning of transgressions. We just talked about that. That was Eve in Hashatan, right? It goes on to say, because of her, we all die. That's book. If that landed, can I get a Barak Yahuwah in the comments? I hope I gave some man some courage that scriptures tell you it's not supposed to be that way. It's out of order if it is. If you're feeling it, it's out of order. And ladies, if you are guilty of that, I'm gonna ask for your husband. Will you please consider what scripture says? Forget about your husband for a moment. Consider what scripture says. Consider what Yahuwah just said. Look inwardly and ask yourself, are you dropping the ball in that area? Did you mean to? You probably didn't. You probably didn't even see that you're doing it. Give yourself some grace. It's okay. But now, ladies, if you are guilty, it sounds like Yahuwah would really appreciate if you humble yourself. And maybe that humble can just simply come with a call your husband and sit him down, sit him to the side, and just simply just tell him you were studying scripture. Maybe read it to him. And if you can maybe find some courage to let him know, like, on the real, I'm convicted. I've done this to you, I think. Have I? Do you feel like I have? And then shut up. I'm trying to help somebody. Listen. And after you've done that, ask him, do you feel like I've done this to you? Then shut up. And I mean that with love. Give him an opportunity to express himself. Think about how powerful of a moment that could be. You would turn around and you would let him know that you're seeking your creator. That's something I would notice. I would pick up on that. And then you brought up scripture and you didn't make it about anything else but convicting yourself. You're showing him that you're willing to be humble. Then you turn around and you asked him a very clear, simple question. Do you feel like I've done this to you? And then you zip it. Give him an opportunity to do something that he feels like he's never had, to speak and speak openly and speak with courage. Then turn around and say, look, I'm gonna work on that. And ask him to give you forgiveness. It's okay to ask. I mean, if you come with humbleness, and it takes time, but that's a really good start. But now we got to work on the actions. We got to put it to work. We just can't talk it, right? We just can't talk the big game. Now we got to make sure we're conscious of it. So maybe letting them know, if I'm doing it to you, maybe go this route to let me know that I'm doing it. And if you don't know that you do it, you don't realize it, you're just kind of speaking, tell him that. Tell him, like, I didn't realize I was doing that to you and I want to fix it. Ladies, let me give you one more piece of advice. Come with some type of solutions or options of showing him, like, well, look, if I'm doing this to you, could you, safe word, pickles. If he says pickles, then you already know I must be doing it to him. Okay. But if you don't see it right away, just sit back for a second, man. Be like, okay, if you don't resonate with it, then look, ask him, like, yo, can I take some time to consider what you're saying, pull all over it, and can we revisit this conversation after I've considered everything you said so I can really express it the right way that I feel like I can honor you instead of taking your courage. Fellas, if that's happening to you and you're able to get in that type of scenario, give us some grace, give us some space to be able to think about everything you shared so she can come back and have that conversation. All right, man, I love your word. Hey, if you got value from that, let me know if you got value. Can you put value inside the comments? That being said, let's continue.
My son, help thy father in his age,